Welcome to Stuck, Time to Improv. I'm Mary Scott with Business Riff, and I want startups to be wildly successful. So today we're going to be talking about the sales cycle, and I have my guest today is Elle Ballard. Hi, Elle.
Hi, Mary. Thank you for having me. Great to be here.
Thank you. So tell us, what is the sales cycle?
Sales, of course, the blood of the business, right? And you definitely want to spend time here daily selling, following up. And I do have a chart that I usually use, and I'm guessing we'll post a link to it in the comments. But I wanted to go over this really quickly. So we start with creating awareness. The first thing that start in the cycle is we're creating awareness for your business through different channels, right? So in our community, in my business, of course, we use podcasts, we use Facebook Lives. I just had another Facebook Live. We have newsletters. So whatever you use, create awareness, tell people about your business, tell them what you do. And then after that, we're going to start building influence. And people are going to buy from you when they see they can trust you, right? When they can see the relevance that, the business can help them. And we do that through building influence. You'll not be able to sell if there is no influence. Sometimes, you notice that it's not a quick sale. Sometimes not everybody is buying when we're having the sales conversations, right? So that means we probably need to build more influence with that person. And so we start with creating awareness for your business, and we move into building influence. Then we move into inviting prospective clients to connect. And during this is such a great, deep conversation that you can have, right, with your client, connecting, talking about their needs, being a doctor. And so this could be through the discovery calls. This could be through sales conversations. This could be done through the webinars, if you do the webinars. And so we're going to discuss, during these conversations, we can discuss if there is a match. Yeah. And then we're going to offer the service, we're going to offer the product, and then we're going to discuss considerations or objections. And I'm just kind of moving on my diagram here that I have.
Yeah. So it's about knowing who your potential customers are and asking them what they need to kind of verify what you think they need, but let them tell you first. And sometimes this is social media, and sometimes this is live in person, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And I believe when we can perfectly connect the needs of the client to how we can help them, to what we provide, that's where the magic happens. And it's not as easy as said, of course, and we can perfect and upgrade, and a lot of the times it's also based on our experience, how we have experienced what we are doing, how we can help them, because we've done that, because we walk that path, we've done that, and we know how we can help them. And that's why I mentioned being a doctor, because to me it's just giving the right medicine. It's all about that too, right? So it's important to find that.
Yeah, it's about treating their pain, their pain in business.
Exactly.
And particularly with startups, your product or service might not just sell itself. So you need to pay attention to this stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why, it's important to build that awareness, so that especially in the startup phase, not a lot of people know about the business. Not a lot of people understand what the business actually does. And sometimes for us, when we repeat the same message all over again, we feel like we've said that so many times, but sometimes it's, some people still did not receive it. Today, we have to market, or we have to reach out or repeat the message more times because of the information overload, right? And people forget, people miss that information. So even though it seems that we're repeating the same thing all over again, we never know who will hear that message today. We never know, who did not yesterday, say, for example.
And when somebody's receptive, they're receptive. They may not be receptive today, but something happens in the next 2 weeks that, they're going to be looking for you.
Yeah, exactly. And so what happens during this consideration, this conversation mode, or through Facebook Live, maybe through, what happens is we're gonna, at some point, we're gonna ask for the sale, right? So we're gonna tell them exactly how much our product costs or service cost. We're gonna tell them exactly how we can help them. And in that, so from then on, it's there is a purchase or there is a don't purchase. Only two outcomes, right? So if they don't purchase, we're gonna keep them engaged. So we're gonna find the ways to re-engage them in these conversations. We're gonna find the ways to follow up with them. We're gonna find agreements to circle back with them. A lot of the times it's about timing. A lot of the times it's maybe confusion, like the person is not exactly clear how we can help them, right? So it goes back to that messaging that is part of the marketing process, of course, but that we perfect in our businesses, right? So, and then we follow up and we circle back, and then that comes full circle in our diagram back to creating awareness. And so it's a full circle of the sales cycle that we go through, and we just put it on repeat.
Elle, do you have some favorite ways to follow up?
So yeah, I love to always book a follow-up meeting. So that's my kind of must-have rule, because we get so busy. People get so, we just get busy. We lead busy lives. And so making sure I set that follow-up appointment right at the time of the conversation. And it's okay if today is not the right time for the person, right? It's okay if today is not the right time to purchase. It's important to set that up, to set that follow-up conversation, because life changes, time change for people, so situations change for people, and so it's important to have that. And so that's kind of one of the important rules for me, to make sure I set that conversation, I set that appointment.
Right. So you book the meeting, book the next meeting before you end the current meeting.
Exactly.
And that way it gets into your calendar and it doesn't fall through the cracks, and you don't need a reminder to call this person again or set up another Zoom.
Right.
It's about relationships, right? Sales happen from an emotional perspective, and it's always going to be about the relationships.
Definitely.
So thank you very much, Elle Ballard from the International Women's Network. Right?
Thank you so much for having me, Mary.
And we'll put some links in the comments to get more information from Elle, because this isn't the only thing she can help you with. And I'm Mary Scott with Business Riff. I want startups to be wildly successful. So one of the best things you can do to do that is book a synergy call with me at businessriff.com. And join us again next week for Stuck, Time to Improv.